Hey there and welcome. Today, we're going to dig into a really powerful, maybe even counterintuitive idea. What if true kindness isn't a weakness at all, but actually one of the greatest forms of strength you can have? I mean, we get this message constantly, don't we? You see it in movies, you hear it in business, even on the playground. The whole idea is that to get ahead, you've got to be the loudest, toughest, most aggressive one out there. It's kind of baked into our culture. But what if we've got it all backwards? What if the loudest person in the room is actually the most scared? Let's unpack that a bit. Okay, so let's get into it. To really understand what strength is, we've got to first look at where aggression actually comes from. Because, it's usually not what it looks like on the surface. So, way down deep in our brains, we all have this ancient survival system. And when it thinks there's a threat, whether it's real or just something we're imagining, it triggers what scientists call a limbic hijack. This is your classic fight, flight, or freeze response. It's old, it's primitive, and its only job is to keep you safe. And when we're in that state, man, everything changes. Our whole world just shrinks. We stop thinking about us, and it becomes all about me. Our ability to connect with people, to feel any kind of empathy, it just gets shut down. The only mission is self-preservation. And this is really the key here. A lot of the aggression we see out there isn't some big show of power. Nope. It's a symptom. It's a sign of fear and pain that hasn't been dealt with. When people are stuck in that survival mode, their go-to behavior becomes defensive and, hurtful. Because deep down, they're just trying to feel safe. Which brings us right to the heart of this whole thing. If aggression is born from fear, well, then kindness has to come from the complete opposite. It has to come from a place of real, deep inner strength. Let's just break this down. Look at these two paths. You've got aggression on one side. It's rooted in fear, it's driven by insecurity, and it always leads to contraction. It closes us off from the world. But then, you've got kindness. It comes from a place of strength. It takes courage. And where does it lead? To real, genuine connection. We talk about mindset all the time, but that's really only half of the picture. True strength also requires what you might call heart set. That's the real work of dealing with our own pain, our own fears. It's about healing our inner world so our heart doesn't have to be walled off just to feel protected. And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? To heal a wound, we need to feel a wound. The really brave work isn't pretending our pain doesn't exist, it's having the courage to face it. And that's the process that builds that inner security where kindness can actually grow. Okay, so let's look at an amazing real-world example of this. A story that just perfectly shows what this kind of strength actually looks like in practice. 27. For 27 years, Nelson Mandela was unjustly locked away in prison. And during that time, he went through just unimaginable things. He was tortured, he was dehumanized in ways meant to absolutely break his spirit. And yet, after all of that, what does he do? He chooses kindness. He chooses forgiveness. He understood something profound, that holding on to that hate meant his captors would still own a piece of him. His real freedom wasn't just walking out of the jail. It was freeing his own heart from a prison of resentment. I mean, that is the ultimate strength. Mandela's story is, of course, incredible, but the lesson in it, that applies to every single one of us. He shows us that we all have this power inside us to build this exact kind of strength in our own lives. So here's the secret, the thing that feels so backwards. Our ego, that primitive, fear-driven part of us, is always screaming to take, to protect, to hoard. But there's a deeper wisdom that knows life has this amazing, invisible accounting system. The more kindness, the more value, the more help you put out into the world, the more it finds its way back to you. So I'll just leave you with this question to think about. The next time you are in a moment where you could choose to be aggressive or defensive or closed off, what would happen if you found the strength to choose kindness instead? What doors could that possibly open, not just for other people, but for you?